So you were just saying you like Walter Mondale.
Yes.
Why?
Well, because I like how wanted, he was very, I feel like he was very involved, with Jimmy Carter, where he was trying to bring peace between Israel and Egypt, and I like how he helped do that with Carter, and I mostly just like, I like how he wanted change in 1984 when he said that he really thought we needed a new change from Reagan, which I really do not like Ronald Reagan. So I very much agree with them on that subject, and I also very much how he thought. I know how he admitted he was going to raise taxes, but Reagan didn't. I feel like Reagan didn't really admit that he was going to raise taxes, and I like that he actually stood up and said that he was going to raise taxes.
So tell me about Walter Mondale. Like, where was he from and who was he?
Well, he was from Minnesota, and I read about him. So the first time he got into politics was he campaigned for Hubert Humphrey when Hubert Humphrey was running for re-election for mayor of Minneapolis. He was a U.S. Senator from Minnesota. When Hubert Humphrey went on to be vice president under Lyndon Johnson, Walter Mondale was appointed, and then he won 2 more terms, and then he became vice president under Jimmy Carter, and Jimmy Carter lost re-election against Ronald Reagan, and then Walter Mondale ran against Ronald Reagan in 1984 and lost on a landslide. The only state Walter Mondale won was his home state of Minnesota. And he was also Attorney General of Minnesota, and I saw a picture while he was Attorney General, he met with John F. Kennedy. Also in 1966, he went on a campaign with Bobby Kennedy. Of course, it wasn't a presidential campaign because it was in 1966. In 1968, when Robert Kennedy ran for president, he endorsed Eugene McCarthy, who was also a U.S. Senator from Minnesota. And then later on, when Bill Clinton was president, Walter Mondale was the U.S. ambassador to Japan.
Is Walter Mondale still alive?
Yes, he is. He is 89.
Does he live in Minnesota?
Yes, he does, and they named a law school after him, Mondale Law School in Minnesota.
Huh.
I think it's part of the University of Minnesota.
So, let's back up a little bit. I'm guessing that you're a Democrat, not a Republican?
Yes.
Okay. What is the difference between Democrats and Republicans?
Well, I think, what of my parents have told me, some Republican, I think, what my parents have told me is that most Republicans would allow some, like, carrying guns and violence, and I strongly disagree with that. And I think most Democrats that I have heard of, and most Republicans that I know of, have been terrible people, and most Democrats that I've heard of have been very good people. Now, there are good Republicans and bad Democrats. Bad Democrats, as in Rod Blagojevich, and good Republicans, like, well, in my opinion, George Ryan who is also governor of Illinois. In my opinion, I like him.
Oh, okay. So, do you know do you know a lot about past presidential elections?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little quiz and let's see how you do, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, who ran for president in 1960?
1960, there was John F. Kennedy against Richard Nixon.
And who won?
We won John F. Kennedy.
Okay. How about 1964?
1964, Lyndon Johnson against Barry Goldwater. Lyndon Johnson won.
Okay. 1968?
1968, Richard Nixon against Hubert Humphrey. Richard Nixon won.
Okay. 1972?
George McGovern against Richard Nixon. Nixon won.
Okay. 1976?
1976, Jimmy Carter against Gerald Ford. Jimmy Carter won.
Okay. 1980?
Ronald Reagan against Jimmy Carter. Ronald Reagan won.
1984?
Walter Mondale against Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan won.
1988?
1988, Michael Dukakis against George H.W. Bush. George H.W. Bush won.
1992?
1992, Bill Clinton against George H.W. Bush. Bill Clinton won.
1996?
Bob Dole against Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton won.
2000?
2000, Al Gore against George W. Bush. George W. Bush won.
2004?
John Kerry against George W. Bush. George W. Bush won.
2008?
John McCain against Barack Obama. Barack Obama won.
2012?
Mitt Romney against Barack Obama. Barack Obama won.
2016?
Donald Trump against Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump won.
Okay, let's see how far back you can go. So I started with 1960, so how about 1956?
1956, that was Adlai Stevenson against Eisenhower. Eisenhower won.
Okay, 1952?
Also Adlai Stevenson against Eisenhower. Eisenhower won.
1948?
That was Dewey against Truman. Truman won.
Okay, 1944?
Truman against Roosevelt against Dewey.
I don't know who Roosevelt beat.
Roosevelt against Dewey. Roosevelt won.
You confident about that?
I'm very confident.
Okay,
Yes.
1940?
1940. I don't know who ran against Roosevelt.
Okay, but Roosevelt won?
Yes, Roosevelt.
How about 1936?
36. I know Roosevelt won. I don't know who ran against him.
How about 1932?
Roosevelt against Herbert Hoover. Roosevelt won.
1928?
Herbert Hoover against, was it Al Smith?
I don't know.
Yeah, Al Smith.
Okay, 1924?
Calvin Coolidge won, wasn't it? I can't go back much.
How about 1920?
I don't even know who won.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was Warren G. Harding who won.
Okay, well, that is disgraceful. Now, you need to go to your room and study your books. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so what about, do you know all about the three branches of government?
I don't know. No, I do know there is judge. I can't pronounce it. No, I don't know much about the three branches of government. I do know how law is made and how a law in the United States is made.
How did you learn that?
I actually learned that at school. We were in social studies. We were talking about how law was made, and Congress makes the law, and Congress gets an idea of a law. Congress does a vote. If they vote If Congress votes yes for the law, they give the law to the president. The president says yes or no. If the president says yes, it's a law. If the president says no, it's not a law.
Okay, so you got Congress, that's one branch. You got the president, that's the second branch. What's the third branch?
Well, the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm. How many judges are on the Supreme Court?
7?
Ooh, close. 9. Can you name any of the justices of the Supreme Court?
I know one. No, I can't.
That's okay.
Who was that person? She was chosen by Bill Clinton.
Oh, that's okay. Let's move on. Tell me about Congress. What does Congress look like?
Well, the Congress is sort of the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives are another word for a U.S. representative is a congressman.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But are there any other parts of Congress besides the House of Representatives?
I can't recall. I don't remember.
Herman, that is not acceptable. Now go to your room and study. Okay, well, have you ever heard of the Senate?
Yes, the Senate, the U.S. Senate. I'm from Illinois. My 2 senators are Tammy Duckworth and Dick Durbin. Now, Tammy Duckworth was just elected in 2016 against our old Senator Mark Kirk, who was not very good.
So, how long is the term of a senator?
The term of a senator is 6 years.
Okay. And how long is the term of a member of the House of Representatives?
I do not know.
All right, so Illinois has how many senators?
It has 2.
Okay. So what if it's the state with a lot of people, like California? How many senators does California have?
California also has 2.
Good. Yes, that was a trick question. What about a tiny state like Rhode Island? How many senators does Rhode Island have?
2.
Yes.
Every state has 2.
That's right. So how many total senators are there in the Senate?
100.
That's right. Okay. Now, what about the House of Representatives? How many representatives does Illinois have in the House of Representatives?
I believe 18.
So what about like California? How many do they have?
They have like 53. I don't know.
And what about a state with no people like Wyoming?
Wyoming only has 1.
Okay, good job. Can you name the senators from any other states besides Illinois?
Sure.
All right, so I'm going to say a state, and you tell me who their senators are, okay? Let's start with California.
California, Dianne Feinstein and Kamala Harris.
Okay, you were going to be in big trouble if you missed that. Okay, what about Texas?
Texas is Ted Cruz and I forgot the other one. I'm sorry, I forgot the other one.
That is unacceptable. What about New York?
New York's is Christian Gillibrand and Chuck Schumer.
Okay. What about Virginia?
Mark Warren and Tim Kaine. Sorry,
Okay.
Mark Warner.
Okay.
Now Mark Warren. I get mixed up.
Okay. What about Ohio?
Ohio is Sherrod Brown and
Herman, you better get your act together quickly,
okay.
or you were in a world of hurt.
Okay.
How about Minnesota?
Minnesota is Al Franken and Amy Klobuchar.
All right. How about Arizona?
John McCain forgot the other one.
This is really... How about the state of Washington?
Pat. I think I'm getting mixed up with New Hampshire. Is Patty Murray one of them? I have no clue who the other one is.
How about Florida?
Florida is Marco Rubio and Bill Nelson.
How about Hawaii?
Hawaii is Chris Chatz or Jim Chatz. I forgot. All I know is that his last name is Chatz. And the other one, I can't pronounce her name. And even if I did, I would forget her name.
Okay.
I know it's a her.
Okay. How about Massachusetts?
Massachusetts is Elizabeth Warren and
Herman, you are making me sick.
I'm sorry.
How about Rhode Island?
Rhode Island is Jack Reed and Sheldon Whitehouse.
Nice. Let's keep going down the Estella corridor. How about Connecticut?
Connecticut is Chris Murphy and what's his name? I forgot his name. I know who it is. I just forgot his name. He's a good guy. He's a Democrat. He's good. He's a Democrat, but I forgot his name.
I have a good idea for a question. Let's do losing running mates. Let's go through the running mates of the losing presidential candidates.
I know all of them.
Okay, let's go back to 1980. Who was the losing running mate?
Walter Mondale.
Okay, 1984.
1984 was Geraldine Ferraro.
Okay, 1988.
Lloyd Benson.
1992.
Dan Quayle.
1996.
Bogdo. I just looked it up today. I don't know.
Jack Kemp.
Jack Kemp.
Okay, 2000.
2000 was Joe Lieberman.
2004.
2004 was John Edwards.
2008.
2008 was Give me a second.
Oh my God.
Give me a sec. Give me Sarah Palin.
Okay. 2012.
Ryan.
First name?
Paul.
Good. All right. How old are you, by the way?
8.
Okay. When do you turn 9?
June 14th.
Okay. All right. Let me think if there are any other questions. Oh, I have an idea. Who do you predict? So today is April 12, 2017.
I think you're right.
So who do you predict will be the Democratic nominee for president in 2020?
In 2020?
Yeah, in the next presidential election. Who are the Democrats going to nominate?
I think the Democrats might nominate Sherrod Brown, the U.S. Senator from Ohio. A lot of the Democrats are saying he should run for president, and they would like to nominate him.
Mm-hmm.
My dad thought Sherrod Brown would be Hillary Clinton's running mate.
Have you heard his voice, though?
No, I have not.
He's got a really not a good voice.
Also, Tim Kaine they might nominate. He was the current U.S. Senator from Virginia and Hillary Clinton's running mate. I also think who I want to run for president, I think they might nominate Amy Klobuchar, the U.S. Senator from Minnesota. And if we go to governors, I don't know much governors that they might nominate. What are some governors they might nominate? I think I'm not sure about this, but I think they might nominate Andrew Cuomo or Tom Wolf.
Who's Tom Wolf?
Governor of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I think they might nominate one of those if we go to governors. Also, the U.S. House of Representatives, there are I think that Mike Quigley, my congressman back in Illinois, they might nominate. He's pretty young. He's very good. But of what I've known, maybe about Sherrod Brown's voice, they might not be good, but of what I've heard, the Democrats want to nominate Sherrod Brown. I think so.
All right, so if you could make one pick for 2020, one prediction, not who you want, but who you think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be Sherrod Brown.
Okay, all right, good job.